Okay, today I'll be testing out this batch of USB drives that I bought from Amazon. So it's this right here. It's PNY 32 gigabyte USB 2.0. So it's a pack of 10. So I bought these because it was pretty inexpensive. And I'll be testing out the performance of this drive by using Crystal Mark 6. So I'll be running 3 tests. So this drive is iDrive, as you can see there. See how fast the read and write speeds are, and I'll be testing it out 3 times and see what that is. Get an average score. Okay, I got about 40.95 megabytes for the first test. And I got about 4.193 megabytes per second. That's pretty slow. I'll be running the test again to see what I get. 33.54 megabits per second. Okay. So I'll run the test again to get another set of results. I'll be averaging them out. Average. So I got about 40.95 megabytes per second. Same. This time I got even worse write speeds. Okay, let's run it again. The read speeds were pretty consistent. This time a little bit faster. Well, actually slower. Okay. This time I got faster write speed. It's fairly inconsistent. Okay, so let's see what the average is. So I got 4.193 megabytes per second plus 2.832 megabytes per second plus 15.35. Let's see what we get. Okay, so I'll be testing it out one more time to see what I get for write, if I get anything different, because the write is very inconsistent. Sometimes it's at 4, sometimes it's at 1.8 megabytes per second, sometimes it's at 15.35 megabytes per second. That's quite a differential, a spread basically. So let's see what the read is this time. Okay, about the same. See what the write is. If there's a big difference or not. Okay, I got 14.54. Okay. Then we'll add the average of between 4. Let's see what we come up with. This time I get 8.979 or 8.98 megabytes per second. So this is about average, but I think this is kind of like in the slow side. And the bad thing about this is that it's very inconsistent. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run a test where I transfer a file to the USB drive. See how long it takes. Okay, I'll be transferring this 1 gigabyte file to this USB drive and see how long it takes. See what I get for the average write speed. This is the write speed basically. So it'll take about 3 minutes and 30 seconds to transfer this file. Now I'm getting some faster speeds, now it's slowing down. So it's fairly inconsistent. Now it's going back down to 2.08 megabytes, going back up. The only thing consistent about this drive was the read speed, which is good. You could use this storage device or USB storage device to put an operating system like Linux or a distro of Linux, Windows operating systems or whatever, and you could use it for that purpose, or you could flash a operating system right onto the USB drive, and you could use it to run an operating system like distro of Linux. You could do that as well. That's fine, but for writing stuff to this drive, it's quite painful and slow. That's the bad thing about it. So I'm getting about anywhere from 4 to 6 megabytes per second consistently. And sometimes it does drop to 2 megabytes, and I have to say this is a pretty slow flash drive when it comes to writing. But for reading, it's okay. I could manage that. So would I buy this again? Would I buy these drives again? I would say no, I wouldn't. I mean, it really depends on what you want to use it for. If you want to use it to flash a BIOS or something, it's not a problem. It's consistently writing the data. It's not corrupted or anything. Besides, when you flash a BIOS or something, or the firmware for a BIOS, it's just reading, so it shouldn't matter, and the files are really small, so for that kind of purpose it's okay. But if you wanted to use it as a work drive where you have to write large amounts of data to it, it's not going to fit that purpose. So anyways, thanks for watching. My Ace 1000 KS 1975.